Welcome to Property Care. Today we are going to discuss about how to make a positive cash flow when you invest in a property. So usually in our scenario, when we go and buy a property, see for example, I get a customer saying that they wanted to invest in an apartment, where typically you get a 2 to 3% return on investment. So, but if you see the bank interest itself, you will be paying 8% or 9%. Usually you will see a negative cash flow when your return is 3% and you are paying out 8% interest on your loan. On top of that, you make a down payment also. So if you do overall calculation, you will be landing up into the negative cash flow, which means your income is lesser than the expenses. So usually your income should hold the expense also. You should have some excess money on top of the EMI payments. So that is the idea behind today's video. For example, your property is 1 crore and you are taking 80% loan, which is 80 lakhs. So you will be landing up paying around 75,000, EMI. So for that property, you will be getting it around 35, 40,000 as a rent. So on top of that, you will be paying around another 35,000 adding to the rent, and you will be paying to the EMI. So that is not a good way of investing. So alternatively, what are all the options? On top of the EMI, we should get a return. For example, your EMI is 60,000, you will be targeting 65,000 return on investments. 5,000 you will get excess on top of all your expenses. That is called positive cash flow. I put a separate video last week. What is negative cash flow? What is positive cash flow? The differences I explained clearly in last week. Please watch for more details. So I'm using, the renowned author Robert Kiyosaki. So you can see his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad book, and a lot of books he has written. So I took, his principles, how to invest into the property to get a positive cash flow. So what are all the options available to go and invest, which will make your investment to get a positive cash flow, which is the topic today we are going to discuss, and how to make the positive cash flow when you invest in any property. How do I make profit out of it from the day one? That is the main objective of this video. It is not that after 6 years, 8 years, after paying EMI, you will come into the positive zone. So it is not the topic I am talking. I am talking when we make an investment from the day one, we should get the positive income from that property. Even if it is 1,000 or 500 is okay. So what are all the options available for such investments? So this is for commercial, residential, industrial, agriculture properties. It'll match, and the target audience are property investors, tenants, owner, NRI, OCI, who are ready to invest in property. And disclaimer: the idea shared here for an information and education purpose only. See, it will vary case to case. You should be doing a proper due diligence, understand it correctly at the beginning itself. What is the amount, the inflow and outflow? I'll be getting it 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 15 years, 20 years. So you should have a clear projection when you go and invest into some properties. So, or if you need help, talk to auditor, financial advisor before going into any investment. So I am sharing the idea, which is my experience. I did few investments. I got it positive flow. And some of them, yes, I also lose money. So it is just an idea, not to get into such trap. So my customers, there are few guys also, they are invested and they are not able to come out from the, loss. So that is the idea behind this, sharing my thoughts. Series of videos on investments, which is available in YouTube, the Kata differences, and Baipa airport area, what are all the investment options and different investment avenues, KDBA, managed farmland, and property flipping techniques. And this is the one which is positive secrets of positive cash flow. This video, and other top of that rental videos also I put it, and few more property management perspective I'll be putting it. and I do property management here in Bangalore, South Bangalore. And there are some videos I'm going to put with respect to property sale, how to sell secrets on this. Those videos also planning to share it with the viewers. So what is positive and negative cash flow? Last week I put the video, a separate video on that, explained it. It's just a quick review, like Ravi getting into the loan and 80% loan he is taking, and 67,000 EMI, 30,000 return he is getting it. So eventually he'll be paying from his packet 37,000 per month, which is the negative cash flow. He is a traditional way of investment. So ideally, we should look for a positive cash flow. Here, the Suman is investing in a commercial property with a fixed 50 lakhs loan, and his EMI will be 50,000, and rental income getting from this property is 67,000. So ideally, the Suman is getting 17,000 per month excess on top of the EMI plus the appreciation. So this is how we should look for a property investments. So this is an unconventional approach, and more detail on this, there is a previous video. Please watch for that to understand it better. So what are all the secrets to get a positive cash flow when you invest into a property? So the first is buy property below the market value. So distressed property, you should see foreclosure actions. For example, bank funded and some property, their loan is not closed or defaulted. So because of that, the property come for an auction. So we should look for such property and try to invest it and focus on cash flow. So buying this property, how do we get a return out of it? Simply not buying it. You should look for a projection 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. When will I get a positive cash flow? And for example, here 1 crore property is we should buy for 85 lakhs. It's just an example. So that you will get an immediate gain. So the make a profit when you buy. It's not that you selling time you get a profit. So we should buying itself, we should be in a profit. There are so many properties in the market also. We should properly look at it, do a proper network, connect with the bank manager who will be sharing these detail about the auction property, distressed properties, connect with the agents network, professional consultants available, connect with them, try to discuss and get the property which is below the market price, so that you get an immediate gain. And on, of course, the pay consultant will charge 1 or 2%. You pay happily. He will share, disclose you very useful information, which will save your time and money, and he will do a proper deal for you. Suppose if you save 1 lakh, what is wrong in paying around 20,000? So many people in our area locations, they don't pay the agents. So eventually they'll end up paying more into the property. Second secret is increase the rental yield. So if you see the property may not look good when you buy it. So after you buy it, try to renovate. So if it is any dull look, and try to invest some reasonable amount and try to paint some interior minor decorations, you make it so that it look better. And you can look for Airbnb, kind of, if it is a residential, you can use this. If it is a commercial, try to convert to service apartment where 40 rooms available. I have rented out a property which has a 40 rooms. So try to use the service apartment, short stay. So if you go to close to corporates, you will get it a short stay. People will be coming and staying. They're ready to pay 700, 800 per day. You will easily earn it per person. And leverage the location. Sometimes your location may be tourist area where you can leverage it more on the tourist season. So that also you should use it. And close by corporate tech parks nearby, so where people will be visiting frequently, try to leverage that for a short stay. And a corporate guest house also you can use it, and add value with the amenities like power backup, gym, swimming pool. If such facilities are there, you can add some more premium property cost, so that per day maybe 1,000, you can charge the customer. So third one is the creative financing. Sometime, generally we go to always, bank, SBI, leading banks try to get the loan. So you should think little different. Go to some private lenders, so many lenders. Even I've seen seller, builder itself, fine referring some company which is below the bank rate of interest. For example, a bank charges, 8%, 8 to 9%, and you will get 6.57. Even 1% make a big difference. So try to find something outside the regular conventional approach and talk to private lending agencies. They will also fund it with a lesser percentage compared to nationalized bank or a private bank. So NBFCs, non-banking financial companies. There are some companies like Bajaj Finance. They also do this India Bulls, small Shriram. So they do funding, but we should do some groundwork with the market and who is giving the lesser percentage. Try to negotiate with them, show your credit history, and try to negotiate a percentage below the standard, nominal percentage which banks charges. And opt for long term. For example, 20 years. Use the long term and try to get the loan. Invest in upcoming areas where high yield potential. For example, close to the corporate malls, a lot of frequent people visiting tourist places and upcoming areas, so that you get some appreciation and rental income immediately, so that you will get a higher rental income. Look for commercial properties. Residential usually 2 to 3% return. So commercial has a little more higher percentage of rental yield. And multi-unit property, I've seen people 5 BHK, the owner struggling to rent it out. Try to convert into smaller units so that it can be easily rentable and higher rent yield possible. So a little bit of redesigning required. Make it to 5 RK where each room will have a small, with a kitchen slab. You can try to use it with a 5 people separate. People can stay. You can earn income from that also. So in this way, you can get the EMI amount plus on top of that surplus, you will get some extra return on investment. Going loan is not a problem, but you should look for how do we get more than the EMI. Real estate partnership. This is a group investment looking for some big size commercial property, which will give 8 to 12% return per annum plus the appreciation. So this is kind of a look for targeting this kind of a property we should target and invest it. So this is in this kind of partnership, even active, passive. Some investors, they only fund the money to the project. They don't go and oversee all the activities managing that property. So that they'll fund it. So and they look for commercial property, corporate renting, or some showrooms, bike showroom, car showroom, that kind of space also we can invest. Here the example is 10 crore is the property and 6 crore loan they are going and 4 crores their investors. So maybe each person put 50 and so 8 people, 50 lakhs, 50 lakhs. So 8 people can share this 4 lakhs and go for a 6 crore loan. And based on the contribution, the profit sharing will happen and plus the appreciation also. So large size projects like tech parks, there are high net worth individuals, HNI, and ultra high net worth individuals. So they put the fund, some 200 crore, 300 crore, people around 20 people will share it. So that is called, same partnership method only with the high net worth individuals. If we don't have that much fund, a little smaller one also can invest it and get the higher return, which is 8 to 12% per annum plus the appreciation. We can sell it maybe 5 years, 10 years down the line with the additional profit. So this also one way of getting positive cash flow. And claim the interest and depreciation for the property you invested. For example, here 1 crore of property, we can get a claim up to 3 lakhs for the depreciation. On top of that, loan interest we can show 4.8 lakhs per annum tax liability can be reduced. So leverage this also to reduce your tax liability so that you will come into the positive cash flow. Refinance loan, when market higher time you bought it, now percentage come from 8.5 to 6.5. So in such case, you close that loan and transfer to another bank which is 6.5, it is offering it. So in that way your EMI also will come down, so you will more probability get into the positive cash flow. And reduce operating expenses, cut down the unwanted maintenance expenses, outsource the work. Don't keep everything, people, employee doing it. Try to outsource whichever possible, areas, and cut down the energy cost by installing LEDs, artificial grass, so that you can avoid a period, gardener kind of a person, continuously manage it wherever possible. So landscaping, so minimum resource you want to use it and try to cut the cost. And rent to a potential buyer. This is something like you are renting out a property, a potential buyer. So this tenant, after a certain period, will buy the property at a predetermined price. So currently the property value is 1 crore, and after 3 years it will be 1.1 crore or 1.15 crore. So that will be fixed at the beginning when you rent it out itself, because that buyer showing the interest to buy the property. So, but right now he don't have money. So 3 years down the line, he need to build some credit history and get some down payment for the loan, so that he need time. But the property is fixed. So irrespective of after 3 years appreciation or depreciation or property value going down or up, he will buy it at this price. So at the beginning only we are setting the deal with the tenant as a potential buyer, and eventually it is a win-win deal. So owner also will, even if it is going beyond this property value after 3 years, he will sell it on this price. So even if it is decrease on the property price, but he is going to sell at this price. So there will be a mutually agreed agreement between the tenant and owner. After certain period, he is going to buy this property at a predetermined price. So on that clause, he will pay some initially rent also higher, and some initial, charges, advances we can get it, and make an agreement accordingly, which will be the win-win for both the people. So this option also can be considered to make it a positive cash flow. So these are all the 10 secrets which will help an investor to make a positive cash flow at the beginning itself. So we should look this kind of options and try to invest into the property. So this is our vision, mission, what we do, property management and values. We are currently running in South Bangalore, which is a successful business model. We are leveraging it with a franchisee, and a SaaS product we are developing, a mobile app. We'll be releasing that soon. And this is our service catalog, and what are all services we do. It is self-explanatory. If any doubts, please connect with us. The book I am writing mainly for an investor who is in a remote location trying to invest in India. What are all things he has to take care before investing into properties in India? So this is the business partner. We have a certain requirement for our business partner, like franchisee business consultant, social media marketers, high ticket closers, manpower consultant, and full stack developer. If anybody having such skills, please connect with us. And there is a separate video I put it as in a business partner. Please watch that for more details. We are okay to work collaboratively, so that you can also give a value add to our business. So for a win-win deal. Thank you for watching. I hope this gives some basic idea about how to invest, which gives the positive cash flow. So what are all things you should take care before you invest it? So if you like this video, please give thumbs up, subscribe, and click the bell icon, and share with friends and family, those who are planning to invest into the property. So these are all the techniques will help them to get a positive cash flow at the beginning itself. So thank you for watching. Thank you very much.